Well, Press Photo of the Year, it's a long process. It's seeing a journey from the original 108,000 images, I think it was, and as we go through stage by stage by stage, a picture builds up in your mind of what the important events are and what the important images are. And then you go from the first round jury to the second round jury, and then as you go through those different stages, you think, is there something in the back of my mind? Is an image there that I think is the image that's going to sum up the events of the year? And then when you get down to the final rounds, you're beginning to think about, well, what is it that we're trying to portray here? Clearly one of the biggest events of the year was the Arab Spring. And what did that mean? I mean, it had a beginning, a middle, and hopefully there will eventually be an end to this. But the beginning was people deciding that they'd had enough. These were normal people who work in banks, who work in shops, who were wearing suits and shirts and ties, who just took to the streets because they'd had enough and they wanted to voice their protest about the conditions that they lived in. And there were martyrs that came along who really, brought that to a head. But it gave people the courage to go and stand up for what they believed in and to say that we no longer want this oppression, we no longer want this government, we no longer want this dictatorship. And these were brave people, and that was the beginning of the process. And from there, a ripple effect went across the Middle East, and suddenly everybody was standing up and voicing their real opinions. And just for a moment there was a wobble. These dictators, these despots, suddenly realized that there was this groundswell. So that was the beginning of it. And then obviously it became a military exercise, and there was warfare, and there was street fighting, and horrible things took place. Horrible things took place. It was a turbulent time, and many people were lost. Friends of ours were lost. Photographers, dear colleagues and friends were lost. And there was an enormous price paid. And then as we started to see things calm down, and the dictators disappear one by one, and the despots disappear one by one, what the jury was saying was, really, this is about the people. This is about the people that will be affected by this, that started this. And that's what they were looking for. They were looking for something that reflected all of the turbulence and the turmoil, but at the same time was an intimate moment, a personal moment that portrayed how it affected people. And that's how we got to where we were. Everybody felt that this was a very intimate moment, a poignant moment, that showed a woman cradling a relation of hers who'd been injured in her arms. And it was a very tender moment, a very quiet moment, compared to all the turbulence that had come before it and after it. And it just seemed to say to everybody, this is what it's about the people. And that's what really won the day in the end.